I will be ready to protect my friends and family. My gear will be ready. I will train and prepare to defend myself and others. It's the code.
1, 2.
And I just kind of, well, I guess I kind of covered here. Look, it says this code is not perfectly suited to everyone, but it is not unalterable. You can modify it if needed, customize it for you and your life. While it isn't perfect, it's a good place to start. And while we may never be able to live up to this code, we will be better for having tried. Now, I have a hard time conceiving of someone that would look at any of these things in the code and be like, yeah, I don't agree with that one. Is there anything that you can say, well, don't know about that?
Yeah. No. That doesn't mean it has to be exactly like this, and your code can be what you want it to be, but there's nothing in here you would look at and go, humility doesn't apply to me.
And actually, if you look at this and you're thinking that, red flag. Red flag.
We started talking about this part of it. We're on a plane. I think we're actually maybe heading to Australia. We're sitting together on a plane and we're talking about, hey, we need to write the code itself we're talking about the Warrior Kid code. And it came from this idea of what you were talking about before, which was if we're not on the path, we just become whatever we become. But that's not how it has to be. It doesn't. That is not you are not predestined to just become whatever. You can actually control in a lot of ways what you become and what path you get on. But you need to know how to do that. You need a code to tell you how to do that. This is less about doing the specific thing that we're talking about, and more about having a code that defines who you are. So you are on some path.
Yeah.
Because if you're not on some path, and your path is different than your path and different than my path, but if you're not on a path, you are destined to become whatever.
Yeah.
And that is not okay.
Yeah, and from a decentralized command perspective, look, my troops in the field can make a decision on what they're going to do based on the overall commander's intent, but we go through life with not understanding our own commander's intent of our life. So if you take this and you need to make decisions about your life, this just gives you the broad framework to say, you know what, I'm not going to, should I look at another Netflix show right now? Or should I go and work? Should I do something productive? Well, I will not waste time. Time is precious. Okay, I know what decision to make there. Hey, I want to buy this frivolous, whatever, new, what do you buy?
Gold chain.
New gold chain, right? You can say, well, I really want it, and it looks really cool, or whatever. And then you say, you know what? I will not waste money, and I will make prudent financial decisions. Yeah, I don't need the gold chain. Like there's a understanding your own commander's intent and having that as a framework to make your decisions on allows you to make good decisions all the time. Should I have this donut?
No, sir.
Right. I mean, I'm going to take care of my physical health. Should I drink this whiskey?
Well, it's debatable, but debatable.
Wait. What was that answer?
It's debatable. I'm just saying, is that kind of like, when you're flying a plane, like your instruments?
You're avoiding the question. Echo Charles.
What?
Are we drinking
I want to
whiskey?
see the connection between me flying an airplane with my instruments and you drinking whiskey. I'd like to see where this goes.
We'll see where this goes.
You see what I'm saying? I was doing that thing. Okay, whiskey, maybe if you're building cohesiveness within a team, sure, it could apply. You see what I'm saying? Or let's say you're a writer, which you're not, by the way, so this is hypothetical, and you do it to facilitate your creative process.
I would question that
Yeah.
very sternly. Sure. I would say that that's not going to help you.
I don't know.
And I'd say you might want to check your code.
Wait, who's the guy? Who's the writer? He's like a prolific, super famous writer who just drink whiskey all the time or something.
Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah, I think it was Hemingway. Someone talks.
I don't think that's actually true.
Yeah.
But I think the people,
like to believe it's true.
people are going to push back the
He blew his
hardest.
brains out with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Let's lay off the whiskey.
Everyone's path is different.
The people that are going to push back the hardest are the people that are drinking whiskey. And the reality is there's actually a code you can ask yourself, should I be doing this right now?
Yeah. I dig it, man.
That's the point.
I understand.
Going on, like I said in the book, while we may never live up to this code, we will be better for having tried. We will get stronger, faster, smarter. We will build a better career. We will be better mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, daughters, and sons. We will be healthier. Our lives will be better, and we will make the lives of those around us better. Pretty straightforward. Again, you can look at that code and say, well, you should have said this or you should have said that. It's like, look at them. And if you feel like there's something that needs to be added, cool. Add to your code. If there's something that you just vehemently disagree with, cool. Subtract. But set yourself up. Set yourself up with a commander's intent. Set yourself up with a code that you can follow, that can guide your decision-making process. And by the way, when you set it up for yourself, why not share it with your family? So your family can kind of all be moving in the same direction.
You and I have interacted with literally thousands and thousands of people. Just in the last year, thousands of people have interacted. And not everyone is healthy. Not everyone's doing the right thing. Not everyone is on the path. But it's almost universal that people want to be, that they want to be. And this is what allows them to realize, I can actually control that fate just a little bit more. And 1,000 people, they all want their lives to be better. They all want their families' lives to be better. There's just this crazy idea that there was something that seemed as simple as that. What was missing was just the recognition of how to start to do that. It wasn't to try to convince people that they should. It was more to explain to people how they can. And closing that gap between what they want and what they are was that there was something in the middle was telling them how to do it, or how to even think about how to do it. You talk about your own commander's intent. That's a really powerful way to describe what you're doing. What is your own commander's intent for yourself? It was never a question, do people want their lives? Almost everybody wants their lives to be better and healthier and the people around them better. It was not having that understanding in your own mind, what you need to do for yourself to do that.
Yeah, and you probably always talk about the German, decentralized command general, talking about decentralized command, talking about Americans' briefs and how we have, 120 slides in a brief. And then the last slide is the commander's intent that says, this is what I really want done. And the German general saying the commander's intent shouldn't be an addendum to all those different slides. It should replace them. Mm-hmm. And so anything you can say about, hey, we could write a book about how to be healthy, right? Like, here's what you need to do, here's your workout, all those things. You could write all that stuff down. But the most important thing is, hey, you need to make decisions that lean towards good health. Yeah. You can replace every exercise book and every self-help book with the underlying personal commander's intent of what you're trying to do, and it'll solve many, many of your problems.
Yeah, for sure.
And that goes with financial, that goes with your work, all those things. If you're going to work with the attitude of like, hey, I'm gonna do a good job. Just think of that commander's intent. I'm gonna do a good job at my work. That's my goal. I was talking about this on Jocko Live a lot. Not a lot, but on I think one or two of the shows this came up where I got to talking about when I got to the SEAL teams. One of the things that just changed my life and made everything go so well was this idea. And the idea was, as a 19-year-old, I had this idea in my head. And the idea was, I want to be a good SEAL. I want to be a good SEAL. That's what I want to do. And then every decision that I'm making is this going to make me a good SEAL? And as soon as I had that as my underlying kind of decision-making process, I started moving in a direction. And so lucky. It was very lucky for me, because otherwise I got all this energy as a young kid. I was a really horrible young kid, and I was crazy, and I got all kinds of trouble and caused all kinds of trouble.